Thank you, everybody, for joining us this morning. I want to just first echo Heather's message of concern and really our commitment to direct our collective attention and research focus to how this crisis is challenging our students and families and our education institutions. And just to note that we've already begun efforts to understand how school districts and community colleges, for example, are responding and investigating students' differential access to curriculum and instruction, and what supports have moved online from financial aid to mental health. Of course, we're very much aware of the challenges of an all online environment and how that, the way that those challenges present for students, particularly who may already be struggling academically or financially. And also just want to note that I've personally have been inspired daily by many examples of leadership and of just humanity demonstrated among our educators and education leaders, whether it be teachers or counselors or our community college presidents that are doing so much for our students right now. And just our priority at PACE and as researchers it will be to continue to support these education institutions from K-12 to higher education. So today, I'm going to talk about our ongoing, now many-year collaboration between us researchers at UC Davis and the California Department of Education. I'm joined by my colleagues at UC Davis, along with our longtime partner at the Department of Ed, Jenny Singh, who will be able to reflect on some of what we've been doing at the end of our presentation today. Our work has been broadly to investigate pathways between K-12 and higher education, thinking a lot about what college and career readiness means in California, what it means to our colleges, what it means for our high schools, and what it means to students. How do we measure it? What disparities we observe in many aspects of the pathway to college. Go ahead, you can please advance the slide. Thank you. This is just a picture to represent one of the ways we're thinking about this is just the pathway to college is long and has been started earlier and earlier. This is just one visual we have that we really like that thinks of as from one school district. This is from Long Beach College Promise. And we have been trying to understand the pathway to college from as early as elementary and middle school and into and through college today as we begin to look at college persistence and completion. A big focus of our work has been on equity and in particular equity and opportunities for students by key subgroups that we tend to look at, students by socioeconomic disadvantage status, race, ethnicity, and in some cases other important subgroups like English learners. Thank you. Today, we're going to focus on three aspects of our research. First, we're going to set the stage by actually talking about a report that we released a little over a year ago, but that has important relevance for how we think about what we're doing with that data today. So we're going to talk about a study that we did to evaluate or to just map out where California high school students enroll in college. And we're also going to talk about a report recently released that are looking at district efforts to improve and support students' college readiness. We're going to look at statewide data from our college career readiness indicator and evaluate the extent to which we see students are ready by different metrics on that indicator, as well as qualitative work we've done with school districts to understand how inside their school districts, in what ways they're supporting students in their college readiness efforts. And finally, we're going to give you a sneak peek at new work we're doing to look at college persistence and completion. And that is new work that we'll be releasing in the coming months. So just to set the stage, I want to talk about this report that we released just slightly over a year ago. All of our reports that we're going to be talking about today are available through PACE, the PACE website. You can use the chat where we will, if you are having a hard time finding the link, we'll also again paste the link for you. Importantly, this is work this report that looks at where California high school students attend college is work what we did for 3 cohorts of California high school students, where we matched high school students to National Student Clearinghouse data. This is for the seniors of 2014, 15, and 16. And we tracked them into college. Through this match we did with the National Student Clearinghouse. This is again was in partnership with the California Department of Education. And the reason we're bringing it up again here today is for folks who aren't aware that data is now available at the school level through the California Department of Education, and we indicate the link for data requests that where you can retrieve that data and look at college participation and enrollment by segment and by high school through the California Department of Ed's website. Just a couple patterns that we want to highlight before we get into the new work. Again, the beauty of being able to look at an entire census, a cohort of California students. In this case, we look at 3. We give all students some opportunity to sort of delay college start when we look at their college enrollment up to several years following high school. And this slice that we're showing you here, and there are many more slices that we provide in the report, we're looking at what % of students enroll in college within a year and a half of completing high school, if they completed a normative time. And we know that 63% of students enroll in college among, again, the high school graduating cohort or completing cohort. 27% go to 4-year college, 36% go to 2-year colleges, 37% actually don't start college at all. Among those who do go to college, this is the breakdown for what types of colleges they enroll in. So among the 63% of high school students who do enroll in college, 57% of them enroll at California community colleges, 18 at Cal State University campuses, 11% go out of state, 10% are at the University of California, and 4% attend private or in-state 2-year or 4-year colleges. The report demonstrates a variety of differential participation rates. Here, we're just showing you how enrollment varies by race, ethnicity. Important, again, here, the denominator here is among all high school students. And so if you look at across the bars, you'll see differential participation overall by these key racial ethnic groups: Asian Pacific Islander, Black, African American, and Latinx students, and white students. And importantly, we can also see differential participation by segments, right? That is, we can see more and less participation, for example, in our 4-year institutions, UC and CSU. Finally, here, I'm just going to show that in college enrollment also varies across counties. So here we have the density with which participation by region, by California region. In the report itself, we actually provide those enrollment participation rates at the county level. And so I encourage you to look at the report itself to identify also the county-specific enrollment rates. I'm going to now turn to my colleague, Alex Hurt, graduate student at UC Davis, to talk about work we have done to look at what statewide indicators of college and career readiness have been, matched with qualitative interview data that we did with school districts across the state to understand what tools they're using and what metrics they use to better support their students in their pathway to college.